Welcome to Boxing Predictions. Today we're talking about Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. I'd like to invite you to let me know what you think about this title fight in the comments section below, and also consider hitting that subscribe button to the channel Boxing Predictions. So this fight takes place on the 18th of May 2019, the Barclays Center, Brooklyn, and as I say, it's for the WBC strap in the heavyweight division. Now, whilst this is an adequate heavyweight fight, it just isn't the one that we were expecting. Now, in the winter, we saw Wilder and Fury in an absolute classic, one of the great heavyweight fights, at least of the modern era. And on the channel, I've spoke about this in depth in a couple of videos, and I created a video about, discussing whether we were, going into a golden era in the heavyweight division. So if you're interested in that, go to the channel and check out that video and let me know what you think. Okay, but has the division gone backwards? Okay, now the top guys in the division, who are they fighting? We've got Wilder versus Breazeale, Fury versus Schwartz, we've got Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz, and we've got Dillian Whyte still on the outside. What's happening? We all expected, Wilder versus Tyson Fury, number 2. And, I was really hoping that potentially we were going to get a trilogy of Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, a real, a classic trilogy of heavyweight fights for this era, okay? Because that first fight had a little bit of everything. It's probably closer than, a lot of people thought, and a lot of people thought that Tyson Fury completely scored Deontay Wilder. But I think, if you really watch it, it's a slightly closer. Yes, Tyson Fury definitely controlling the action, lands the best shots, looked like he was in control, lands some good shots himself. Deontay Wilder lands an absolute colossal bomb. It detonates that bomb on Tyson Fury, and it is one of the classic moments in modern boxing history. I don't care what anyone says, but the weight at which Fury hit the canvas, he was effectively out. And to get up, on basically the last count, and to continue, and the way that he managed to continue for the rest of that fight, absolutely remarkable. And for me, it is a classic boxing match of the modern era. But we kind of think, what happened then? We're looking forward to the rematch, to have a definitive answer, potentially, at least for one of those guys to win, so then we can move forward for a trilogy, and we just don't get it. They're talking about that it's been ordered, and then suddenly, they're all moving in their separate ways once again, which is incredibly disappointing. Now in comes Dominic Breazeale, and it looks like, there's been a bit of beef between Deontay Wilder and Dominic Breazeale over the years. Not really important. At the time of writing, Dominic Breazeale's not in the top 10 of Ring Magazine or BoxRec. And the only governing body where he is ranked is the WBC, which is this title is on the line. We know that he's got a 20-1 record with 18 knockouts. That one defeat was by stoppage, and it was to Anthony Joshua. Again, even at the time, that was a bit of a bizarre matchup, which I think was just a classic Eddie Hearn, trying to promote it as two Olympians. So as I say, he is a former Olympian, but that doesn't really tell the story because he's not doesn't have that extensive amateur background. He's a limited fighter and boxer, but he is tough as hell. He's not particularly skillful, and he's cumbersome, and he's pedestrian, and he gets hit a lot. And I can remember evaluating him a couple of years back, saying that he always seems to be out of reach of his opponents offensively, but he's always too close defensively, aka he gets hit a lot. and he struggles to land his own shots regularly. But as I say, he's, you know, very tough, and he can pack particularly powerful power, okay? So, going in against an opponent like Deontay Wilder, we are exclusively talking about how long Dominic Breazeale can last. We know that Deontay Wilder is more fluid, he's light on his feet, so no problem coming in and out and throwing bombs at speed, massive combinations with, you know, devastatingly destructive knockout power. And, you know, last year we saw that Deontay Wilder's issues come up against good boxers, which maybe that's why they chose Dominic Breazeale. Doesn't have these specific tools to make it a real boxing match, chess match, a battle of skill. This fight is a guaranteed knockout. Okay, does Dominic Breazeale have a chance? Of course. You know, it's heavyweight division, but we talk about levels a lot in boxing. This is a prime example. Now, my prediction is going to be a knockout win for Deontay Wilder. He retains his strap, you know, going on to his 41st victory, and it's going to be, I reckon, between the 7th and 9th round, going into that second part of the fight. Because I just think that, you know, Dominic Breazeale, he does have that toughness. You know, we'll see what happens in the early stage of this fight, but I think for me it's a definite knockout win for Wilder. Now, one thing I just did want to quickly say was I didn't really like the comments that Deontay Wilder made. I saw online yesterday before where he was, you know, referring to Dominic Breazeale, and it's all part of the promotion, but he was kind of talking about like being able to legally kill someone in the ring, and I just thought it was very, you know, untasteful and disrespectful. You know, this is a sport, it's all about sportsmanship, you know, talking about, you know, being able to legally kill someone. And one of the reasons why I do find this more distasteful than possibly elsewhere is the fact that Dominic Breazeale is the sort of person that could be seriously injured because of this ridiculous toughness that he has. As I said, you know, if you've watched his fights before, he takes a lot of punches, and he's taken a lot of punches against very less skilled opponents. You know, people that, you know, possibly someone who is where he is ranked should be easily dispatching these people. He's taking, you know, lots of punches. You look at the punches he took from Anthony Joshua. You look at the fight just a couple of years ago. After that, Izzy Agono. You know, most people didn't give Breazeale a chance after the Anthony Joshua fight, and he took a lot. He just basically got punched. He was just a punch bag. But he just outlasted. He outlasted him. The opponent just drained of energy, and then he was able to knock him out. You know, against a much more feared puncher, much more heavy-handed puncher. You know, these are where people get serious injuries. You know, getting knocked out in the first round, that's fine. But if you're taking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of heavy punches, that's not good. So for someone in Deontay Wilder's position to say that, I just thought it was disrespectful, you know, because if something does happen, you know, it's not going to look good for him. But anyway, moving on, as I say at the start of this video, you know, we've got heavyweight fights that lack a lot of interest. All of the big guys are kind of fighting kind of average people, you know, so hopefully in the second half of this year, we're going to get back to the big fights, and maybe we'll get the Fury and Wilder too. I really hope that we do. I really, really hope that we get that secondary the rematch, and for a trilogy. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is this an okay fight? Does Breazeale have any sort of chance? You know, is Wilder on the decline? You know, that's a really good comment. Is he on the decline now? Is he finished? Is he kind of like, have we seen the best? Even though he didn't really have those matches, have we seen the best of Deontay Wilder? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon. See you later.